Alright guys, so today I'm in the BYD showroom and I'm going to take a look at the 2026 version of the BYD SeaLion 06. So I'll start from the windshield here, and if we look up there on the windshield, it has the regular cameras and sensors for rain sensing, wipers, safety, that kind of thing. And then you get a relatively transparent windshield, and then you have some black bezels around it, and you have your exposed wipers lying on the bottom of the windshield. And we come to the bonnet itself. The bonnet is almost completely flat, but it just has these creases on both ends, and then it slopes down to your badging area, which is the new BYD logo. You come down here and you get a number plate placement area, and just about above the number plate is your front facing camera. And then you go down here, you get this nice grill like sort of piano black panel. It's plastic, and sitting on it you have your proximity sensors right there. And then you go way down below, you have this panel here, and then underneath it you have your air inlets. You can see a radiator in there for the cooling. And then we go on to the lighting department. So you got your daytime running lights here in these two beams. Below that whole assembly is your real headlamps, but these are not huge beams. They are just tiny LEDs in square or rectangular shape. So you got a whole unit here, and you got another unit here, and then on this side you got a light here, which I believe is your fog light, which is nice. And then we come down here, you got air flow here, sitting on this nice design panel here, this triangular shape. But you can see there's a hole there, so it's a wind pass through for aerodynamics and also for cooling the brakes. And then you got another proximity sensor here, and then you got another one on the edge. Here you get this grayed out nice panel here. I believe it's just for design purposes. Go down there, and then you have this plastic material in black. So overall, I think the interior has been, I think the exterior, especially looking at it from this angle, looks quite nice. But just looking at it, you will know it's a BYD car if you've been following the BYD design language. Let's go on to the side. And I like what they did here. So you have this whole panel here. This piece here is separate. So it's rectangular. It goes all the way here, there, and then there. So in case there is an impact, it's easy to just replace this panel rather than having all those continuous ones that some cars do. So that's nice. And before I leave the front, let me show you the front space. So you get a front there. So if I just press this button here, it's going to pop open. It's not electronic. You have to come forward here and lift it up, but it's got gas struts, so it's gonna aid you to lift it up. And it's light as well because of the gas struts. And you got a nice carpet material here for sound deadening. You get 140 liters of space. This is so much space in here, even more than some small cars boot spaces, so that's nice. You get nice rubbers here to seal it from the vagaries of the weather. You got nice plastics running down, so in case water gets in, it's just going to slide down. You can see these holes here where water is just going to go beneath the car. So it's nicely done. You got rubber seals all around to prevent things from rattling about and hard surfaces from hitting each other. So that's nice. If I step back, you can see that the front end looks quite pretty, and I would say this is a really usable space. You can store a lot of things in there, but I believe it's got its maximum weight anyway. I can't see reading anywhere, but I'm sure in the manual somewhere to be indicated. And to get it back down, it's not electronic, you have to do it manually. So you just press that, and it's quite easy to shut it as well, so it's not a problem. Let's look at the tire department. This one is coming in tire size 235, 55, rim 19 for the front. It's sitting on this very nice wheel as well. And you get these are just plastics that you can, but they are very hard plastics that complement the main metal alloy wheels here. And you got your wheel nuts here looking nice. You got your BYD in the middle, and I like that the inflate valve here is made of metal, not one of those flimsy plastic ones. So This is going to be more stable when you are inflating the tires. And if we look in there, it's not air suspension, it's regular spring suspension. And then you got your plastics in there. The plastic is quite flimsy. I hope there's some sound deadening material in there. We look here, you got a rear facing camera, you got a camera here, you got another one down here, and then you got your lighting here. And up here you get an autonomous driving light sensor, the blue illumination, which is an industry standard here in China. So if I just step back, we can see the full length of the car. Now we go around it before we come to the interior. So if we look here, we have a conventional style rear view mirror with your triangle blind spot indicator there. And you got your door. These are not pop-out style handles. I like this better. So it's been done nicely, and it pops really nicely as well. It's got a satisfying feel when you open the door. And as you go down, you get that gray material that I showed you in the front is continued here, and then it widens in the middle, and then it narrows down to as you go to the rear. So it gives it a very nice design. And we go on to the rear door as well. You can see it's all blacked out. Only the front windows are not blacked out, obviously for driving purposes, but the rear is blacked out. It's blacked out just enough so you can see that there's somebody in the car, but it also provides some privacy for the rear passengers. And then up here you got an extra window here to allow in more light, so people who are claustrophobic are going to be comfortable with the rear seats. And then you got this nice design pattern here, longitudinal lines, and then these ones coming down. I'm not sure if the camera is doing justice. We go to the rear. We had a rear tire design is the same as the front. Get a suspension in there, and interestingly for the rear, they got a carpet material in the wheel well here. The front is plastic, the rear is carpet. Not sure what the reason is. So if we look at the rear end, it looks quite pretty. It's bulkier here. I believe it's been done so for the rear boot space. Look at the lighting assembly here. It starts all the way from the edge here and all the way onto the other side, and it's kind of rounded. It's got this C shape on the rear, so it's not one of those that is completely flat, but it's rounded, which makes it look nice in my opinion. And it's going to allow a lot more boot space as well. So looking at the rear, we go down, that same gray material comes all the way and only stops here and makes way for the reflector and the fog lights, which are in there. You get a proximity sensor starting here, and just like the front, the bottom part is plastic black material as well. We go on to the rear proper, and this is the lighting you have. All the cars are going for this nice light bar thing. You got up here another camera for the rear, a brake light bar here, and obviously a wiper hiding in there. Obviously you can't see, but it's there. Window is blacked out. It's quite small, but I believe you can see from the mirrors inside the car. And then we go down here, you get your number plate placement area. Above it is your rear camera, and you can see the design of this plastic. So it's not just some flat plastic slapped on there, it's got some nice design to it. So that's nice. Being an electric car, there's no exhaust protruding, and it has good clearance as well. You got your SeaLion 06 badge in here. And we go to the right side, and the right side basically is the same as the left side, with the exception being the charging department. So you get a fast and slow charging. So I was told that it's got a fast charging technology, which will do 10 to 97% in 9 minutes of charge. So that's insane. But that's if you're at the right charging station. But if you're doing slow charging at home, the regular 7-8 hours is what you're going to, how much time you're going to spend to get this car charged. So let's continue by looking at the boot. So to open the boot, you just find it, the pressure is way below. But I like how tactile and solid feeling these buttons are. And when it opens, the boot lid itself opens quite high, so that's nice. You got your number plate light in here, and you also got a boot opening button here, and then you got a one to lock it, the height of the boot lid. So it's nice that they have that, you can set the different heights. And then if we look in here, it has a very usable space, I would say. Nice boot space here. And if we look in here, the material here is carpet material, but the plastics and even the carpet is not black, it's kind of bluish dark gray sort of feel, so I like that. And then you got boot light in here, one on this side, one on the other side. And if we look at the boot space, I would say it's very good boot space for a car like this. You got a hook here, and you got an area where you can fix your parcel shelf. I don't know if they'll provide at the time of purchase, but you can get it aftermarket if they don't. And then you have extra boot space here beneath the false floor. You can see how deep is it is. It goes all the way to my elbow, and I would say it's very usable space as well. And interestingly, even beneath the false floor is not just metal, it's also carpet material, but it's very thick. It's even thicker than what is on the false floor. So it's nice that they're providing lots of boot space for this car. This is more practical. Let's continue with the rear seat. So to close it, you just press that and then it goes down, and I would say it's about regular speed, not too fast, not too slow. It's just the right amount of speed that you need. Now let's look at the rear. So when you open it, it feels very solid, and I would say the door opens up to about 70, 75, 80 degrees thereabout. Let's look at the door. So the whole car itself is not that high. I'm 183 centimeters tall. With a camera at my head or eye level, you can see that I can already see the top, and the door is even lower. So that's nice. It is going to be easy to clean it and all that. But if you look, the windows are relatively small, I would say. They are kind of rectangular, but you got nice rubber seals all around, and all the materials here. Actually, the whole interior is going with this nice blue, obviously mimicking the name SeaLion, so it has to have some blue because talking about the sea here. You got some nice Napa leather or leatherette, not sure what material that is, but you come down here, you get another fine material. It's not Alcantara, but it's kind of like very nice, I would say. And then you got your door opening lever, physical one, so that's nice, better than the pressed ones. You got your speaker grill here, button to raise and lower your window, door handle to open and shut, to push to shut the door and open it. And then you get your door pockets here. They are not lined with felt, just plastic, but if you're not satisfied with it, I believe you can just slap some carpet material or secondary aftermarket material there. You got a woofer down here. Overall, I would say a nice door design. So all the parts that you touch are soft. This part is soft as well. It's not the softest I've seen, but a passenger can rest their hands here and they can travel quite a bit before they start to feel any pain. And you got some nice plastic material. It's not aluminum, it's plastic material around here where you hold, so it's not going to get dirty over time. I believe that's a neat design. And then you go into the seat proper, and you have very nice seat designs, perforated as well, and you got blue stitching all around. The stitching and the design, I believe, to me looks nice. What do you think? Leave it in the comment section what you think about it. But overall, very usable space. The leg space is not bad at all. And if we look at the backrest for the center seat, is just regular. You got two cup holders and that's it, but it all feels very solid when you move them around. And I like that there are also isofix anchor points on both seats. If I just move this seat back as well, and you can see that the seat belt hooks are recessed, so even if you are sitting in the middle, it's not going to be in the way, so that's nice. You get some seat back pockets here and nothing else. So it's not I wouldn't categorize this as a luxury car in China, but for people on a budget, this is a car that will give you a feel of some bit of comfort and also not make you break the bank. So if you look here, we got two vents here for the rear passengers, and down here you got illumination around two charging ports, one type A and the other type C, and then you get another storage area here. It might be dark in here, so pardon me. Now this driver's seat is moved way back, so the space is not enough, but at 183 centimeters I can still travel in this space even if the front driver moves the seat far back, if you have a taller driver in there. Now we look up here, you got interior lighting here, which is touch sensitive, and you can also change the brightness of the illumination by just touching it. You got a microphone inlet here, you got grab handle up here, you got airbag indicator here, airbag there. So there's curtain airbag, that's what I'm guessing, all around this car. So if I'm sat here, this is the opposite seat, and in the middle you can see that because of this vent area protruding, the center seat is kind of curved in a little bit, so to give the center seat more space. So, and it has a panoramic sunroof, which also comes with this cover as well, which you can open and close electronically. So it's nice that they have this in the car. So let's close the door and see what the ambient lighting looks like. So if you look down here, you can see ambient lighting strip coming down here, and on my side as well, if you look carefully, you can see that it's illuminated there and it's changing colors. So if you're sat at the back, this is what your view is going to be. And I get good headroom as well. So if I just open the door for more lighting, we can see that the headroom is good as well. So even taller passengers are not going to find it cramped in here. I quite like this design. It's very simple, but it has touches of comfort and luxury here. So let's move on to the front and see what it has to offer. So taking a look at the front passenger, I really like how these doors open, feels very solid. And then you have the front doors as well. The design is basically similar to the rear. I believe it's the same design. Obviously with the front, it's going to have some curves here, but yeah, the functionality is basically the same. And down here you have your seat, forward, back, recline, lumbar support buttons here, all conventional stuff. And then you got airbag indicator here, so I'm guessing there's airbag in the seats as well. Look at the seat design, very similar to the rear. Nice perforations, nice stitching, all blue stitching all around. And if you look in here, you got lots of legroom space, so that's really nice to see. And if I just sit in the seat, what we have is we got our air vents here, which are very conventional air vents. Just shut the door, and once you shut the door, you're looking at this nice panel here sitting on this piano black material. It's illuminated, got this nice pattern, and it keeps changing colors as well, so that's nice. So they are not giving the passenger an extra screen, it's just some nice ambient lighting design pattern in there, so that's nice. The dash itself is relatively flat and it's soft touch as well. You only reach plastic when you go further close to the windshield. You got these nice air ventilation vents here. Your main air vents are here, and I like how they've been done. Very thick, very tactile, and big as well, so it's going to let out a lot of nice wind from the AC system. And if I just move my seat back a little and open the door for more lighting, we can see we got a glove box here, which is conventional. It's not lined with felt or anything, but it's very big usable space. And I like that it's not operated or open on the screen, you just old school. This is much faster, and because of the way it's designed, it's perpendicular to my feet, so even if you're a taller passenger or you have long legs, it's not going to be intrusive. We go up here and you have your sun visor, and integrated in the sun visor is your mirror, so you slide it. I like these better than those flimsy ones. You just slide it and then it turns on the lighting and you can see your face, and if you don't need it, you just push it back like that. All very conventional. I like that. Straightforward, straight to the point. And then you have a grab handle here as well. And if we look here, we got space under the center console, and on the right side of it you have a 12-volt socket. You just flip to hand to show it, and up there you got two charging ports. So you get a type A, a type C, and then an SD card inlet here. Overall, very usable space from underneath the center console. Now let's move to the driver's seat and see what it has to offer. And you have your mirror, you have your sun visor, and integrated in the sun visor is your mirror. So you slide it. I like these better than those flimsy ones. You just slide it and then it turns on the lighting and you can see your face, and if you don't need it, you just push it back like that. All very conventional. I like that. Straightforward, straight to the point. And then you have a grab handle here as well. And if we look here, we got space under the center console, and on the right side of it you have a 12-volt socket. You just flip to and to show it, and up there you get two charging ports. So you get a type A, a type C, and then an SD card inlet here. Overall, very usable space from underneath the center console. And now let's move to the driver's seat and see what it has to offer. We enter in the driver's seat, open the door, and the configuration is the same with the exception of a dedicated button to open the rear boot. And then obviously the driver is going to have more controls for child lock, 4 buttons for raising and lowering all the 4 windows, central locking, lock and unlock, and then you have window controls here. So very nice touches, conventional controls here, but it's just nicely done. Seat controls are the same as the passenger side as well. And before you get in the car, this is what you see. I really like this. I've not really liked blue interiors, but the shade of blue they're using here is so inviting, and it's something that I can live with. So let's get in the car proper and see what the driver has in terms of controls and features. So let me start from the top here. So if you look up here, you got this nice panel here, which is a complete panel. Let's start with this. It's got a glasses holder, which is lined with some very thick felt. It's not one of the thin felts that most manufacturers use. It's very thick felt, so your glasses are not going to scratch. And if you don't need it, you just push it back. That's nice. And then you got this button here, 2 buttons. You just touch to move your sunshade and then to bring it back. So I like that it's not pressed, you just touch. It's touch sensitive and it works quite fast as well. So that's nice that they have it right here. You got a big SOS button, you got your interior light in here, which are touch sensitive as well, and you got a microphone inlet there, 2 here and 2 there, so you can talk to people on phone calls and stuff like that. You got your rear view mirror, which is your interior mirror, which is not taking any feed from the camera. It's just a regular mirror, but I believe it's self-dimming from those crazy rear drivers who would be blinding you with their headlights. And then we come down here, you can see the dash is relatively flat from the passenger side all the way here, and you got the woofer in the middle there. You also got HUD. Not sure if the camera is showing it, but it's populating lots of information there in the front where my finger is pointing. And then the soft dash continues here as well. So very, very nice finish, I would say. And then you can see it comes with Dyna audio, which always produces good sound. And then you got a sensor here to read the driver's level of tiredness and all that kind of thing. And if you don't need it, you just shut it. It has a small door to shut it. So that's nice that they have it. And then we come down here, you got the same vent style that we saw. The operation is very, very smooth and very satisfying. And you look behind the steering wheel, you got this huge panel behind the steering wheel dedicated to the driver, and it provides all the basic information that the driver needs at a glance. And it's coming, you can see through this wide opening here, so it's not got one of those crazy flat futuristic designs. It all just makes sense. You can see just by looking, you can, if you're not using the HUD, you can just look here to see all your basic information, and they populate really nicely. They are very crisp, they are very legible, and very easy to see from any distance. So I would say that's a really good design, and I like the font that is being used. It's very easy to see your numbers at a glance, so that's nice. At the moment it's charging, so it shows your state of charge, 1.3 kilowatts, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So nicely done, BYD. Now we come to the steering wheel area. Start from your stocks here. You got your stock turn signal stock here, which is very tactile, I would say. It feels like the ones you would find on very premium VWs. Feels really, really good when you push them. And the same stock also doubles as your wiper controls, lighting controls, that kind of thing. And then on the right hand side, you got your gear selector, of course. You just press P to park. Nothing new there. And then we look at the steering wheel itself. For anyone who's followed BYD for a while, this is their signature steering design. I'm not really a fan of their steering design, but hey, this is their company identity. Besides that, I like that the steering design and the buttons, all physical buttons, all make sense. They are very easy to reach, and they are physical buttons as well. So, and all the controls are, they feel quite tactile, so that's nice. And the steering wheel also has the blue stitching as well, which is nice. And over here you have a small fridge area, which is something normal, but this is the tiniest fridge I've seen. But you can put 3 or 4 bottles in here, or any baby formula, or whatever you want to put here, fruits, and it should be enough for quite some time. And then this is the control of the fridge, so very, it all makes sense. And the cover also doubles as your hand rest, so it all makes sense. And then you got your cup holders, conventional. They got grips to keep things from rattling about. And then you have physical buttons here right before the charging area, so you got physical buttons for your hazard, ignition, heated mirrors, that kind of thing. And you have extra controls here as well. And then up here you got wireless charging pad, maximum 50 watts, is ventilated. This area is not wireless charging, it's just an area to rest another phone. That's nice. And then you got air vents coming from here as well. I like the placement of these air vents, because if you want extra cooling for your phone, you can just tilt it down, and if you want it to you can just lift it up. So I like the placement of it. That's nice. And then we come to the screen itself. The Chinese car screens, I'm sure by now we all know that when it comes to the tech on the screens and the clarity of the screens, there's not much to talk about. Even from the camera, I'm sure you can see how clear and crisp it is. It's got all the functionality to see your surrounding, what objects are moving and are going on. And my driver's door is open, you can see it's indicated there, and all the people walking about. I can see that guy there, and it's showing right here on the screen. So yeah, and I like that you got a gear indicator here right in the line of sight of the driver, and time as well, so the driver doesn't have to take his eye off the road. You got your widgets here, you got your 3G Bluetooth wireless settings all up there, and then you got your temperature settings and the quick settings that you usually use always populated here. So you got your fan speed, seat controls. If I hit it, you can see your ventilated and heated seats only in the front. Unfortunately on this car you don't have on the rear. And then you got temperature control, you got your settings here. Right here you got your navigation, which will populate your mapping information. This is a showroom car, so a lot of functionality is turned off. You can go to your music functionality, you can press this to populate your downloaded apps. You have dual zone climate control, so this is for the front passenger. You see lighting controls here, you got your heated mirror controls, and you got your power button there. So overall, a very nice screen size. It's not one of the biggest I've seen, but I think it's adequate for this kind of car. You don't need anything bigger than that. guys, so that was a quick look at the new BYD SeaLion 06. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support us grow this channel together. So till I see you in the next video, guys, ride legal, ride safe always. Peace, and I'm out.